The 2017 NCAA Men's Water Polo Championship Tournament is underway, and it came down to the wire this past weekend at Harvard. We've got highlights and more on a brand new counterattack. Hi everyone, Greg Meskel here. Thanks for joining us on a brand new counterattack brought to you by the Rudy Project and XX2Y. And we jump right in with the NCAA Tournament underway. Opening round matchups happening on each coast. We start first out west. Pomona Pitzer visiting Pacific, and this one all Pacific Tigers. This is courtesy of Stadium, the WTV network, and early on and throughout all Pacific. Iggy Kolak, Mr. Helicopter, Luis Araya, Conference Player of the Year from the Golden Coast, Luke Pavillard, all with 3 goals, and they powered Pacific to a 16-2 victory. Keegan Coleman, Joseph Schaefer with the lone goals for the Sage Hens, but it's Pacific moving on. They'll take on UC Davis this coming Thursday in the second round. And now we go back east. Harvard, George Washington, and after Harvard had to escape the conference championship in the Northeast with a Dennis Blashaw game winner in overtime, they were pushed to the limit again against George Washington out of the Mid-Atlantic. We go late in this one. GW is up with under a minute to play, and check this out. It's going to be Jackson Enright forcing the turnover. He gets out on the counter. He ties the game here. That forces overtime. In the OT, it's all Harvard. They score twice. One of those goals coming from Blashaw. He had 5 goals in the game. He, along with Colin Chiapello, give you the goals in overtime. The Crimson win it 15-13. They hang on in OT. They're moving on, and things only get tougher. They'll take on USC. That leads us into our Cap 7 college scoreboard. These are the scores from this past weekend. An easy win for Pacific, not so easy for Harvard. Things will only get more challenging as we turn the page to tomorrow at USC in Los Angeles. A doubleheader. Davis taking on Pacific. Davis out of the WWPA, Pacific from the Golden Coast, and then Harvard taking on USC. Many thought the Trojans should have been seated higher. They're going to get a chance to win their way into the final weekend here against Harvard. That at 7 p.m. Pacific. That leads us to our updated NCAA bracket, and as you can see, it is the Cal Bears, the UCLA Bruins, the 2 top seeds. They're awaiting the winners of the games happening tomorrow at USC. Water polo on TV this weekend. Water polo streaming, to be exact, NCAA.com. We'll have all the action from USC. 2 semifinal games on Saturday, the final on Sunday. Make sure you tune in. And now let's close out our college segment with the USA Water Polo National Collegiate Rankings, brought to you by the Freeman Ratings System. With only 2 games played last week, little change among the top 25 and especially the top 10. It's identical from a week ago. The Cal Bears, USC, UCLA, Stanford, Pacific hold control of the top 5. UC's well represented the rest of the way. Suspect this may change as we get into this coming weekend, where an NCAA champ will be crowned. We'll have the year-end poll next week right here on the Counterattack. We told you last week, the USA women, they're back in the pool this December. Tickets on sale now. Don't miss your chance to see Team USA in the water this December. They'll take on China and the Netherlands. Also great opportunities to recognize 2 of the greats for Team USA, Cammie Craig and Courtney Mathewson. More information coming on those 2 this week to usawaterpolo.org. But we're going to celebrate the career of those 2 athletes, and also you're going to get a chance to see Team USA take on some of the best in the world. Tickets available now at usawaterpolo.org. Tonight, more Team USA action. It's the Team USA Awards at UCLA. We'll be there. Make sure you check out our social media channels at USAWP starting around 4:30 p.m. Pacific time. We'll be joining you from Royce Hall on campus at UCLA. National team athletes, head coach Adam Krikorian will be in attendance as the USA women are finalists for Olympic Team of the Year. Best of luck to Team USA tonight at the Team USA Awards. And we stick with the national team. You may have seen this past Monday on our Instagram account, our very first Instagram interview. We talked with 2016 Olympian Alex Bone, who is playing professionally in Hungary. He talked about his career there, his time with Team USA, Stanford, and more. A couple of screenshots here. We'll keep you posted on the next one of these. We're going to be doing a whole bunch of them, talking with athletes from Team USA and newsmakers in the water polo community, and we appreciate your involvement. Fans were able to chime in, ask questions, and interact with Alex. We're looking forward to more of that in the weeks to come. And now we turn back the clock to this past October and the Rocktober PCA 12 and Under Classic. And you know by now who won and who took home gold, but what about some of the fun stuff that goes on in Rocktober? You know about the Friday night pool party, pizza social, but we also caught up with some of the athletes to ask them a very obvious question at Rocktober. What's your favorite song?
My favorite rock song is Eye of the Tiger.
My favorite rock song is Dirty Deeds by AC/DC.
That's probably mine too.
My favorite rock song is We're Not Gonna Take It.
Favorite rock song is Your Mama Don't Dance and Your Daddy Don't Rock and Roll by Poison.
My favorite rock song is We Are the Champions.
Does Billie Jean count?
And from there we go high school championships, and congrats to the guys from Brunswick taking their 4th straight New England Prep Championship. They defeated Exeter 14-6. And a correction from an earlier episode of the Counterattack, the Eastern Prep Championship on the boys' side, it was actually won by Malvern Prep. They defeated Loyola Blakefield 16-2 to take their first Eastern Prep crown in school history. Congrats to Malvern Prep. And we'll close it out with our social media send-off the way we end every episode of the Counterattack. You can stay involved. Use the hashtag Counterattack. Tag us at USAWP. And we kick things off with Tony Azevedo, a man who is comfortable in a water polo swimsuit in almost any situation. Thanksgiving, no different. Outdoors, you got the family all decked out. They're grilling. That's shared via his Water Polo Tony Twitter account. George Washington, we told you about their tough loss this past weekend at Harvard, but they geared up for the big game and spent the holiday together as a team, sharing this video via their GW Water Polo Twitter account. Here's a quick look.
I'm really grateful that I was able to work out and that my family was willing and able to do this. I think it's going to be just a really fun time and a bonding thing for all of us to have one big meal together like we did before the last tournament, and just to enjoy each other's company. It's really awesome.
We go to Illinois and Fenwick High School, getting their alums back together for a Thanksgiving game. You often hear about people getting together for a little touch football outside, but we like Fenwick's style, keeping it in the pool with some water polo. And then AUB Water Polo sharing an emoji update. They're getting closer. The goggles are gone. We got a yellow water polo ball. It's all starting to come together. And that's the best of what we saw this week in our social media send-off. Don't forget to stay involved. Use the hashtag Counterattack. Tag us at USAWP. We'll share your stuff right here on the show. That'll do it for this week's episode. Thanks for joining us. We'll catch you next week. And don't forget, when you're on the Counterattack, look weak side.